So if you have a 48 volt off-grid system, what about home lighting? I think that it's possible to drive LEDs directly from off-grid battery with no drivers directly. I tested this 12 volt 6 in series and at 58 volts, which is my maximum off-grid battery voltage. Total LED voltage was 17 watts or 18, so it's a bit low, I think. 17 watts it's okay for one lamp, but it's maximum voltage, so lower voltage the LEDs burn much dimmer. This is 17 watts. So there are 30 volt versions also on sale. So what about these? I tested 2 in series. They fit better because if I make this lamp 4 pieces, then I can use 2 in series and 2 in parallel. So this works better because 6 pieces I cannot put here nicely. So I think these 30 volt 10 watt LEDs fits perfectly for off-grid system, and no LED drivers needed directly from off-grid battery. I know if battery voltage is lower, then lamp is dimmer, but so if your off-grid battery is too low, then you want dimmer lights, so you don't ruin the battery. So I tested this lux meter and write it down every voltage output and light intensity, and measured amps and volts and calculated watts at every volt. I write it down the results to Excel, and here is my off-grid battery voltage. This is low voltage, too low. It's never gonna happen basically, but this is okay voltage. That's always I use. And this is voltage watts if 2 30 volt LEDs are 2 in series and 2 parallel LED lamp. This is watts, certain voltage. So basically most often my battery voltage is 55, 56 or something like this here. Lamp will be 10.6 watts or 13 or something watts. I think this is very good because it equals about 100 watt than bulb. I think that's very good. I use these 30 volt 10 watt LEDs for my off-grid system lighting. I plan to light my entire home with these, and no drivers needed. Will be very cheap. There is I tested 12 volts LEDs, 6 in series. You see 6 pieces and you get 17 watts with maximum off-grid battery voltage. So it will be little low, and I can't make 6 pieces LED lamps because I have heat sinks, and 4 is perfect. So I think I use 30 volt LEDs. My plan is use these PC heatsinks and put it that way. Solder these LEDs here, and wire can go from ceiling from here. And so where I did get these heatsinks? Well, I put to forum that I buy all heatsinks at 1.5 euro at 1 kilo. So there were many sellers because it's 2 times more expensive than they get from metal buying up. I bought about 100 kilos different heatsinks, so pretty good price. And I have these 80 pieces or something like that. This way, how much this one weight? Okay, so it's 1/3 of a kilo, so this cost me about 50 cents, so 50-cent heatsink. Very heavy. And so this is 2 euros, and these LEDs these are very cheap, I think 30 cents. Entire 10 to 15 watt lamp cost me about 5 euros. It's pretty cheap. I make some lamps and I show you the problems I have. I have motion detectors, but they work with 5 volts or 12 volts. About that, I think I just use these little modules. These are for 220 volt AC, but it works very well with 48 volt DC directly, so or where I want to use this. So they are very cheap, under $1 from eBay. 5 volt 0.7 amp output, and I tested it works with 48 volt directly also. So this isolated also good. I like this. For 12 volt there are 12 volt versions also available from eBay, so I can use 12 volts. So I have kitchen lighting that use these. These are 12 volt. What about these? So, but I think I just use this adapter. I can't remember, but I think this not worked from 48 volt, but there are very different adapters that work 48 volt directly, always converts to 12 volts and use my kitchen lighting. And one more good thing is that I use no drivers, so things to break. Example, if I use this in shower room, so work okay condition, and it's more efficient. LED driver wastes about 20% energy. If I drive these LEDs directly, then it will be only wire losses, which is very low because the amperage is very low, about 0.2 or 0.3 amps per lamp. So wiring is not the problem at all.